you're buying a bottom bracket, it's an important step to measure the crank spindle so you can find out if you need to run any spacers that are specific to what you are doing, which is pretty typical. You'll notice here that bottom brackets come in many different widths. Here's two different styles right here. You can see there's quite a disparity in that right there. And spindles come in all kinds of different lengths. So in order to order the right thing, you need to just know that number. Now come on in here and I'll show you. A lot of these newer style cranks have these integrated thumb wheels to adjust the preload. Whenever you have that situation, whether it's a rotor crank or it's like this race face crank or an Easton crank, they all have these integrated adjusters. Go ahead and screw it up against the arm so it's at its maximum width, and then you come in here and just measure it, and you're going to measure from the base all the way to the tip of the splines. Okay, easy enough, right? Now, this is a very typical SRAM style crank, a Quark in this case, and you notice it has that same sort of deal. But this is not integrated onto the arm, okay? It actually slides right off, and in order to measure this kind of crank, you need to slide that stuff off of there and take it off, and you're going to measure the free length of that particular crank, because once again, it does not have an integrated adjuster. We want to pull it off and then measure it. All right, last one is a crank like this, which is an SI crank that has a spindle that can be completely removed. Now, we don't want to just go ahead and measure that. Okay, we want you to install it on the crank, bolt the crank arm onto the spindle, and then come in and measure that. We always want to measure the spindle when it is inserted on one side, and we want to measure the free length from there. Okay, this is how we're going to derive the proper numbers in order to then go in and tell you what spacers you need or what compatibility you have with whether it's our XL bottom brackets or one of our standard width bottom brackets.